Hi, I'm Mr. Bodell, Bodell's Comfort Footwear. We're going to go over some of the things that we do here at the store, trying to help a customer out with certain issues, like say if you have bunions, hammer toes, or any kind of maybe a bone spur in the heel or things like that, or even the roughness around the collar of a shoe, for example. So this is what they call a rollies. We've had this in our store. We've been in business 61 years, and I've been doing this over 40. We've had it in our family business here for many decades. And what this does, this actually smooths out seams and the collars or the counters of shoes. Say, for example, this seam is bothering you. You can put this in here. If that seam is bothering you, we can get it right on that seam. And what it does, it smooths it out. So if there's just some roughness or something like that on the seam of the shoe, you can actually get that out. And you roll it until the customer is happy with it. We do this quite often with people that have the bunions. And even if you have a little bit of a stiffness in the heel counter, you can actually soften the heel counter as well. So we use this a variety of ways, and what it does, it helps with the breaking in of a shoe, for example, or there's some roughness on the shoe. This is called a rollies. Not many stores, I'm sure, they don't have this. Like I said, we've had this over 60 years in our store. And it works really well on seams and areas of the collar or the counter where it softens a little bit, so it could give you a better, easier fit. And you won't have to do so much breaking in or causing any blisters or things like that. Now, there's also, we got our shoe stretcher. So if you need a shoe stretched, well, we got tons of these. Small, medium, large, and everything in between. So if a customer needs the width stretched, things like that, we just put it in here and we crank it up and give it a nice stretch until we pull it up nice and tight, where it gives a little bit of a stress to the leather so it stretches. Just like what for us, when we gain weight, for example, our skin stretches. You can do the same thing on shoes. You can stretch a shoe. Open it up. Now keep in mind, you can't shrink a shoe, but you can definitely stretch it, so you don't want to do it. You want to do it stages, okay? A little bit at a time, alright? That's what you do. Leave it there for about 24 hours. The leather will set on that stretcher, okay? Now, there's also another thing, too, I might want to point out to you, is that if you have a professional stretcher, these holes here, there's actually what they call a spot stretch, where you can just put it on here, and if you just want to stretch the bunion area right here, you can do that. Let me show you what that is. Once you cut the stretcher, there's no right or left to this. Okay. So if a customer needs a area specifically to be stretched, you can use one of these holes here and put your little rise applicator here on the specific area you want stretched. What it does, just forms a pocket. You put it in the shoe, you stretch it out, and you just leave it for about 24 hours for it to set, and it just forms a pocket right in the area you need it. So you've got various holes. Let's say if you've got a bunion that goes here on your right foot, bunion on your left, you can put it over here. Let's say you have a hammer toe, put it on top here, here, and let's say you have a problem with ingrown toenails, for example. You can actually stretch that area out as well. It goes in there like that. So you put it in the shoe, you stretch it, and it'll form a pocket there. But it has to sit there for about 24 hours at least. Okay? So, and the other thing we have This is called a ball stretcher or a spot stretcher. Alright? So let's say you want just a little bit of a stretch in an area. Let's say the bunion area. You put it right there where the bunion is. Okay, you put it in there and let it sit for about 20 minutes to a half hour. And what it does, it will form a pocket on the shoe. Or, for example, if you have a hammer toe, you can do it there with a hammer toe. So these are some of the things we do in the store. And we do this every day, all day. So different uses for our rollies, ball stretcher, or spot stretcher. You got your regular professional stretcher and your applicator here for the various areas of spots that you want to have it set so it forms a pocket. So I hope it gives you some information and benefits you, and we thank you for watching and thank you for listening, and I hope you come by. Mr. Bodell, Bodell's Comfort Footwear.